You just mentioned micropayments, and I often hear that it is one of the key parts of machine economy. Why are micropayments so important in this machine economy? What role they play?
Yeah, I mean, basically, if you want to now, let's say you use HubSpot or your agent wants to have access to some particular content for learning or for it just needs access to it and wants to be able to pay for that content on a per article basis or wants to have access to an API
Hmm.
for whatever it is it needs.
Yeah, yeah.
That API call is a single call and a single access, and it may come back 100 more times and use it again, but each time it's going to pay a cent or a fraction of a cent for that access. And that's where that micropayment becomes important because in this scenario, the agent is not signing up to some big plan saying, I'm going to pay you every time I use your product, which means that the provider has to be able to sell its product on a essentially on a single hit basis.
Right, right. And as you know, current rails are not best for micropayments. Those are very expensive. Card rails, especially, they are very expensive. That's why everyone's trying to avoid that. Do you think that's why stablecoins would become like, let's say, default currency for machine economy, or do you think the current rails adapting and they will still exist in one or another way?
I think you're going to see both, but this is where the sweet spot for stablecoins is because it's not just the micropayment aspect of it, it's the
Okay.
fact that you're actually transferring value at the time of the service. So imagine a
Hmm.
scenario where you hire another agent that then hires another agent to do something. In
Okay.
that chain, you have an agent that's getting a commission or getting part of a transaction. Now imagine there's fraud or this can't be done in credit because like trying to roll that back or figure out who caused what fraud becomes a big hassle, right? Whereas here
Hmm.
with stablecoins, once that money is transferred, like that next agent owns that, you know, um, that currency, which is that
Yeah.
becomes really critical. That value exchange at the time of service is pretty critical when it comes to kind of this new agentic world that we're going to